Hey guys, what's up? This is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar. I'm back in the building. What's up, guys? I got another hot live stream topic for you. Okay. Down here. What's up, guys? Sorry, I'm trying to get myself together while you guys come in the building. What's up? Please make sure that you hit the lights. Wow. I see you guys filing in. Mind, Body, and Soul TV, the first. Also with Ingrid. What's up, family? What's up, African superstar family? I'm back at it again. Ingrid is already on her moderator tip, reminding you guys to hit the likes when you enter the room. Tonight, I want to talk about this topic. I briefly touched on it earlier on my video about the mystery man that I moved to Ghana for. So if you guys have that question, please make sure you check out that video because I go into detail about my move to Ghana and a lot of the information, background information. This was a topic that I actually touched on towards the end of that video, which is how much time will Black women waste in the West? Those of you guys that have various aspirations here on the continent relating to your love life, children, family, and or legacy, you know, this is a legit question. We have seen the strategic, you know, what's the right word? Degradation of Black women in the media and in Western society as a whole. We have seen, non-Black women do everything they can to emulate us, but yet we are still seen as undesirable and not sophisticated and all these different things. And our men have strategically been groomed not to interact with us, not to desire us, not to pursue us. It has become a massive problem. And I really want to encourage the Black women that are courageous enough to replant themselves in a different environment that has more probability of success for them. I want to ask y'all, how much more time are y'all going to waste? Because a lot of you guys, if we're honest, humans are creatures of habit, all right? Which means we do the same stuff in and day out. All right, you get into a routine, you do that routine all the time. And sometimes we don't even want to be real about the fact that our routine is not even working. Let's talk about this. Let's break this down. A lot of things have been perpetuated to Black women in the West, and we have really taken it on board, okay? Such as higher education. Big shout outs to all the ladies here. I know we got several of you in here. Any ladies that have higher education, okay, which means you have more than maybe a high school education. You've done some kind of technical training. You've gone to college. You've gone to university. You've gotten masters. You've got doctorate. Let me see a number one in the chat. All right, any ladies that have done the whole educational route? Let me see a number one from you. Okay, this has been highly promoted to Black women. Don't you worry about those guys. Get your education, girl. You're going to be more marketable. You can make more money. You're going to be an independent Black woman who can what? Take care of herself. And now we look at all the Black women that's taking care of themselves, and a lot of them is fed up with it. And they realize it's not what it's cracked up to be. They've been misled. Also, the focus on education really consumes your time. All right? You do higher education, you may invest 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or more years into advanced degrees. Meanwhile, you're putting aside your personal life. Okay, you're delaying settling down, you're delaying having children. You might have a suitor who's pursuing you, but you're like, you know what, let me focus on this educational piece. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. Let me be the first one to tell you. All right, education is cool, but we as women have an innate function. Okay, and I don't think it's any kind of coincidence that these Western nations are very big, and they haven't even made any secret about perpetuating population control. At the very root of population control is how men and women interact. Am I right or am I right? All right. If the men and women aren't getting it in, getting down, reproducing, okay, then that impacts population. You look at the Western media, they're perpetuating you doing everything but that. They're giving you every opportunity but that. Huh? It's not a coincidence, guys. If we look at biology, we know for a fact that women have we have a shelf life. Some of you guys don't like it when I say that, but it is what it is. And matter of fact, if we were raised to understand that, we would be a lot more cognizant of our time. I think it's incredibly crazy that our society will promote us to have babies later in life, knowing a lot of the complications that can happen to both the mother and child, as well as, how you recover, how you bounce back, postnatal situations, all kind of stuff. Our society promotes us to do that. You have celebrities also popularizing such things like this. I'll never forget, Janet Jackson having a baby at 50 years old. Realistically, how long is she going to be around to see her child grow up? By the time that child is 30, she'll be 80 if she's still around. So guess what? She can forget grandkids, unless her child grows up and gets started immediately. You see, the information that they're promoting to us is not practical. I've gone on a little tangent here because the topic is, how long are Black women going to continue to wait and waste their time? We see the dynamics that are happening in the West, guys, and it's not going to change. You have got to have your own best interests at mind. You got to be real about where you stand, okay? And you got to parallel that with what you want. Because, see, our society also, has been promoting us not to be strategic about the things that we want. I had an auntie that used to tell me all the time, if you want a red dress, you don't buy blue fabric. All right, second trivia question. If you want a red dress, but you buy blue fabric, what's the probability that you're going to get a red dress? Huh? I know I went straight mathematical on y'all. What? I know y'all wasn't ready for them word problems. This is for the critical thinkers. If you want a red dress, and you buy blue fabric, what is the percentage that your dress is going to turn out red? Bam. This shout outs to the African superstar family. 0%. 0%. 0%. Exactly. Ladies, let's have a real talk tonight. We're going to open up these call lines and I want to hear from you guys. Let's have a real conversation tonight. Look at your life as it is. Look at your life as it is. Do you like it? Are you satisfied? Huh? Because if not, the questions you should be asking yourself is, how do I translate this blue fabric into red fabric to get my red dress? You see, I wanted Black lovers stay single. Huh? I'm about to preach all tonight. Please make sure you're on code with me tonight, because I'm going to talk about it. I wanted Black love. All right. I need Black love. I have chosen that it's going to be Black love or stay single. That's the decision I made, right? My environment was not conducive for that in my case. Shout out to the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. Go head over to the website. Look, guys, I got my jacket. I always got a jacket nearby. Let's go head over and do some shopping at the AfricanSuperstar.com, because I'm telling y'all, I not only make these clothes for you guys, but I live it. I went all the way to the continent with Black lovers stay single as a, part of my agenda. And what I'm telling you guys is, I would have to be a fool to see the environment that I'm in the West and continue to stay there and continue to hope that my blue fabric is going to turn into a red dress, guys. This is about our family lines. We know that a lot of our men, unfortunately, have been compromised. They're not thinking straight. They're not behaving straight. They don't have the future on their mind. They have been indoctrinated. They have been abused. And a lot of them are lost in it. We have got to be the ones to save our people in some cases. We have to be the ones. In the reality that many of our men have been compromised in the West, and they're not the revolutionary ones. They're not willing to go out there, and they're not, they are not prioritizing our existence. Then if it's us, then it's us. We have to think about it. Please stop wasting your precious time spinning your wheels, buying blue fabric when the goal is a red dress. Because, guys, listen, at the end of the day, it's just simple biology, like I told you. All right. If the men and women, and this goes out to also the single ladies out there to see this video, because I know I have a lot of women that view this channel. All right. Your goal is marriage. Your goal is family. Your goal is children. All right. You are riding up against the clock. Okay. You are challenging nature. Time is going by every day. All right. You're in an environment where you are not the hottest thing on a totem pole, for one reason or another. They have been very, very successful in deluding our men to be looking everywhere else but at us. Now, your goals are marriage, love, and family. All three or a combination of. How are you going to achieve that in that environment? Huh? How are you going to achieve that? It's all about strategy. If you're smart, you need to position yourself to be successful. You need to be in the environment most conducive for your success. Which means, for instance, if your goal is Black lovers stay single. I know I have viewers from all over the world. Let's say you're living in Utah. Let's say you're living in Montana. Let's say you're in New Mexico. All right. And your goal is Black lovers stay single. That sounds like blue fabric to me. That sounds like yellow fabric to me, guys. All right. How much longer are you going to waste time? Huh? You're going to keep waiting for something to happen that has never happened. If some of us are honest, like our whole romantic lives in those settings was never what we wanted, you know? And again, I'm not talking about you're far-fetched and you are looking for the sun, moon, stars, rocket ships, and all that stuff. I'm talking about you just, a decent partner that you can work with is cool. All right. Because of the pool of eligible men, because of a lot of the dysfunction that's affecting our men, you've had to be in relationships that were not even really fulfilling for you. You still have those same goals. Ladies, I want to encourage you to be courageous enough to do it for your family lines. I had a long conversation with my sister the other day back in Ohio. Big shout out to my little sister, Alani. And, we were having a conversation, real conversation about our family and things like that. And me and all my sisters, we don't have any children, nor my cousins, you see? So this is about legacy for some of us. Legit, if you can't get your seed out, there will be no more remnants of you in the next generation. It's critical. So basically, we are being affected by population reduction because, I'd say a good, 30, 40 years, there will be a lot more of us that will be in families or have children at least. People that are trying to do this thing, trying to structure their lives, waiting for, the committed partner, waiting for the family unit, and they've been waiting and they're going to be waiting because that's the environment. So you got to realize it's all about statistics, probabilities, positioning yourself well, guys. It's a hard pill to swallow that we are being perceived the way that we are in the West. All right. But I want y'all to see it for what it is. This is an attack on our seat. This is an attack on our seat. All right. Strategically, our people are going to be reduced. Without Black women partnering up with Black men, there won't be Black kids. And everybody thinks it's all a game and a joke and stuff like that until 20 years from now, people with lots of melanin, will be few and far between because of all this mixed racing, homosexuality, transgendered agenda, sterilization, all this kind of stuff that's going on. You see, for every action, there's a reaction. Matter of fact, the seeds of tomorrow, we are the ones who either are planting them today or are not planting them today. This is very, very serious, ladies. So tonight I've posed this question, and it's something that you need to think about. Some of you have so many excuses as to why you cannot do what you know you need to do. Some of you guys have gotten very comfortable and complacent in your environment, and you have in your hand blue fabric. And all you do is talking about one day. I hope, I hope he's going to come along. How many even with COVID going on, a lot of the methods to meet people and stuff have been affected. No parties, no nightclubs, no festivals, no restricted travel, places that you typically would be where you can mix and mingle and maybe meet folks and things like that. It's been reduced, guys. Listen, see it for what it is. If your goal is Black lovers stay single and the continent's on your radar, then why are you still wasting time? Shout out to the ladies that have been single for a minute. Like I talked about in my previous video. You got spider webs on that thing. Listen, you've had spider webs. Because let me remind you, okay? Again, I just like to be honest with the ladies here. Okay? You can be engaged in your life. You can, look after yourself and try to keep your looks together and exercise and, try to stay fit and all that. But the reality is, you as a single woman, you're in the pool with all the other single women. Okay? There's young whippersnappers out there with the flat tummies, that fresh out the box. All right? We are going in with them. And it is what it is. Women, that's how typically we attract men, is by our appearance. They've told us other things matter, such as this higher education. That don't matter. Unless you want a dude who looks like Kevin Samuels, and even he's twice divorced and sexually ambiguous. Men want a few basic things. If you don't know what they want, let me tell you. They want a woman who looks good, okay, takes care of herself, is clean, all right, has some domestic skills, can cook and clean, will take care of the kids, will respect him, will be available to his needs, his manly needs. That's what a man wants. That's why some of you CEO chicks, high value, strong, independent, got cobwebs on that thing. You got cobwebs on that thing because whatever you got, whatever you think is making you marketable. See, a man's not looking for a CV when he wants you. All right. Except maybe the guy is an opportunist and he's looking for the woman who's going to take care of him and all that. He want to know, okay, does she got her own house? Does she got her own car? That's what them, bum dudes be on. That's what them beta dudes be on, because they need you to be stable so you can take care of them. But a real man, his needs are very, very basic. And some of you CEO chicks, you got all these high, accolades, but you don't do the basic stuff, see? You don't cook, you don't clean, you don't look after yourself, and you don't respect. You're not domestic. You don't got time for that. Don't argue with me, ladies, because it's just the fact. That's why sometimes you see men, I remember back in the days when I was young, I didn't understand. You would see the most, dowdy kind of woman have the bad dude. You know what I'm saying? The football star, the tall, fine dude. And you'd be like, that's his girl. That's his wife. Man, she's so basic. Yeah, she basic, but she does them 5 things that I just told y'all. I guarantee it. I know one girl, for matter of fact, a girl I went to college with. Shout out to any of my Bearcats in the building. I'm going to start shout outs in a minute and open up these call lines. This chick, no lie, she had targeted this dude that she liked, okay? And he was like the hot, cute dude. He used to run track, all right? And that was the one she wanted, all right? And, these other girls was trying to get his attention. She got him through his stomach. He never had food at the crib, and that's how he got hooked on her, was like, oh, yeah, what's up? Oh, nothing, I'm just cooking. You want to come by and get something to eat? I got this, I got fried chicken and greens and mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Back, you see. She used to be throwing down. They married to this day. All right? You guys, a lot of us, it's not all y'all's fault. Okay? But we have been misguided to pursue things that are really not that important. I always tell y'all, you cannot jump into bed with your degree. You cannot. You can't jump in your bed with car keys. You can't jump in the bed with them stocks and dividends and all that stuff. Now, if you're a money chick and all you care about is money, then material stuff will be good for you. But a lot of women, if we're honest, you need what does she say? I think it's Karen White, the comfort of a man. Okay, you need him to, listen. And I also want to give you a word to the wise. I'm going to also prepare a video in the future about getting ready for the continent. All right, because if you're coming over here and you want to try to attract African men, you definitely need them aspects I just told you. They don't care about your corporate history or your advanced degrees and all that. And a lot of ladies from the West, you need to get your physicality up. Okay, you're going to be coming over here really fat and obese. You haven't been taking care of yourself. All that stuff. You need to get it together if you want to run over here with the big dogs. Because, like I said, single ladies, you're going in the pool with all the other single ladies. You got to be marketable with stuff that matters. Okay, here, family, community, children, home, all that stuff is huge. You've got to get the basics. If you're still in the West and you're planning to come over here and you're not that domestic, start practicing now. Because the men will look down on you if you don't cook and clean and take care of, that basic stuff. They're looking at you like, oh, this super diva. I can't afford her. I don't want to deal with that. She's going to be a headache. She's not going to listen to me. Listen, girls, this is all about marketing. You better figure out how to make it work for you. Don't come over here thinking they're going to kiss your feet and stuff. You might be able to attract them because you're beautiful, but how you maintain them is critical. These are conversations that our society in the West don't have with us, but this is why we're losing. And this is why I just want to translate these things for you. Because if you come over here doing all the failure stuff that you've been doing in the West, that's been putting spider webs up on your thing, then you will continue to have spider webs. Or maybe you'll get somebody who knocks them off occasionally, but you won't be able to have longevity. We've got to be able to analyze the critical errors that we have been making, either voluntarily or involuntarily, and change that path so that we can matriculate here on this continent. Because for some of us, like I said, it's all about legacy. It's all about legacy. Some of you guys are even only children. Which means if you don't have no kids, that's the end of your family lines. This is serious. Don't allow them to fade you. Don't allow them to fade you. All right? Big shout outs to you guys. Let me see a like count real quick. Then I'm about to start shout outs. Okay? I think I've gotten everybody, but I'm about to start. Okay? So give me a like count, moderators, and we'll open up the call lines when I get done with shout outs. All right, we have Ingrid in here. We have Jolie. Big shout out to the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. Head over to the website, guys. Big shout out to Ricky. She placed the most recent order a few days ago. She got some Black Lovers Stay Single shirts. I'm like, oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Yes. Big shout outs to the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. What's up, Samson? TT is in the building. Mind, Body, and Soul TV. Lornie is with us. What's up, family? Sarah C is doing her thing, moderating. I see you. That's an old like count, though. It better be up to like, what, 23 by the time I get down there? What's up, family? We got Skin Deep in the building representing for our mission statement. Strategy, maturity, and patience. This is what I teach you guys every day. Okay, there's ways to win. Some of you guys come watch me and you're like, oh my God, Gina, you're a superstar, you're a winner, man, you come back after defeat, you're resilient. Yes, I live SMP. I live SMP, and I'm just trying to share it with my community. When you get into a situation, when you get into a bind, when you feel like your back's up against the wall, it's all S&P, guys. It's S&P until we cease to exist anymore. Strategy, maturity, and patience is a way of life. Matter of fact, teach it to your kids. Teach it to other people in your community. You know, let this thing spread because it's in the motto. It's everything. Strategy, maturity, and patience. You get stuff done with those things. And tonight we're talking about the strategy, maturity, and patience that our women need to exercise to continue our family lines. All right? We know what's happening in the West. We know that it's chaotic. You need to graduate beyond it, especially if your sights are on the motherland. You don't need to entangle yourself anymore with whatever's happening in that environment. Disconnect. All right? And put all your focus and energy on the goal. Because you see, I saw somebody say in some context today on Facebook, you know, talking about Lot's wife in the Bible. Okay, talking about she turned back and she turned into a pillar of salt. You know, that's the example I want to use today, because when you get caught up in stuff that doesn't pertain to you and it starts distracting you, it starts getting your attention, your energy, and your resources, you can't focus on what's in the distance because you're still anchored to whatever's behind you. If you are exiting the West, then let the West do what the West does and focus on your exit strategy. Okay? People are still asking me what I think about whatever happens in the UK. Oh, Gina, did you see this law? The election passed in America. People are like, oh my gosh, who do you think is going to be the president? I tell them all the time, I don't live there, so I'm not worried about nothing like that. You know, I don't really keep up with politics and all that, but what I did keep up with was happening here in Ghana, because that was where I was going to be at. So that's where I cared about, or at least wanted to be abreast of what was happening. What was happening behind me, you know, I can't even be bothered with it. It's not my problem. You guys need to take that mentality so that you can go forward. What's up, Miss Shy? I see you there. Big shout out to the African Superstar family. Heavenly Beautifully Black. What's up, sweetheart? Good to see you again. If you are here and you want to be greeted, drop me something in the chat. I am doing shout outs. What's up to Mr. Derek? He said too much race. Absolutely. That's why I came up with that clothing line, Black Lovers Stay Single, because I'm like, hey guys, hello. For those of you that don't see it for what it is, we need to preserve ourselves. We need to preserve ourselves. Okay? Look at all these campaigns around us as initiatives to reduce our population. Okay? Because that's what they are. That is absolutely, definitively what they are trying to do. That's why it's important for the Black woman and Black man to stay hooked up and to interact with each other and to reproduce, okay? Because we're leaving more future generations. You understand? This shout outs, Derek. Look, you have me shouting on that now. What's up, everybody? Hey. What's up, Tony from North Carolina? I see you there, sweetheart. Big shout outs to you. Thank you for being here tonight. African Superstar family, if you are here and you want to be greeted, leave me something here. Because it matters. I thank you so much, sweetheart, for stopping by. All right. What's up, Abby? African Superstar family. All right. We're going to open it up now to hear from the family. So today's topic is Black women. Huh? How much more time? How many more years? How many more hopes and wishes are you going to exert? The writing's on the wall. Your years are passing by. You are yet to get to the goals. All right, what we talked about earlier. You want a red dress, all you got is yellow fabric, white fabric, black fabric, green, every other color but red. How are you going to get your dress? You will get your dress by S&P. No other way. All right? And don't think, oh, well, Gina, I've been wanting that red dress for a really long time. I don't have any red fabric, so I'm going to go with this white fabric. Huh? I'm going to go with this yellow fabric. I'm going to try this green fabric because there's no red fabric around. So it's in my vicinity. Gina, I need a dress for next weekend. Listen. Listen. Don't sell out. I'm talking in parables, but I have an intellectual audience, so you guys should be able to figure what I'm saying. Because, see, your first love was the red fabric. That's what you always wanted. You wanted the red dress. You've been wanting the red dress. You've been wanting the red dress your whole life. Please, because this other fabric is in your vicinity, don't fall for it. You'll be walking around in that green dress, always longing for the red dress. You'll see other girls with the red dresses and you'll be like, damn, I should have had my dress. You see, sometimes, you know, and I'm not telling you necessarily to wait forever, but I'm telling you to go pursue red fabric if that's what you want. You know, personally, I have resolved in my mind that I am going hard for this Black lover stay single. Okay. Nobody will ever be able to say, oh, the African superstar did not give it a valiant effort. Okay. She lived and slept, ate, drank, Black lover stay single. What's up, Mo Pride? What's up, Mr. XDMC? I think you here. What's up? What's up? What's up? He's telling y'all, hey, you better get your videos in. He already submitted his video. It's super dope under the Our Superstar hashtag. Big shout outs to Mr. XDMC in the building. Do not settle for the other fabrics when that's not what you wanted. Okay? I decided I'm doing Black lover stay single. All right? I was willing to go so hard that I came back to the continent against all odds. You know, I'm a winner. I'm a champion. And I've resolved in my life that, hey, if I don't get to achieve it, it's not because I didn't exert every effort to make it happen. We need to take our Black love that seriously. We need to have it at the top of our priority list because all this other stuff is really, really insignificant. It really, really is. Okay? We were designed to reproduce and leave our seed. That has got to be a paramount concern and priority for us. Stop being distracted with every other thing. iPhones and Land Rovers and Jordan shoes and trips to Bali when you ain't even got your legacy lined up. Big shout out to the African superstar family. All right, we're gonna bring in the first one.
Hey, chat. I just want to be on here briefly. We have to unlearn and relearn, and we learning a lot from our sister Gina. We got to stick together as sisters and teach each other. It's so important. I got daughters with an S. Living over here, I have a son. I thank God he just don't be dropping his everywhere like some of these young men are, and not stable. Let's, as sisters, we have to teach each other, and there's nothing wrong with learning from the younger generation underneath you. It's not. I look at the women in my family. I'm like, dog, where's the unions at? I mean, like seriously. It's like seriously. Even with my late father, he only had one woman in his life. Well, as
Mm.
far as I know, was my mother. He didn't go back to no. He didn't marry nobody. He didn't even marry my mother. It's sad to say, but he didn't even go into another relationship over 30 years. So let's learn from each other. All that education and stuff. I said, listen. At home is the best. Extreme self care. Getting in tune with yourself. Working on self. Your children see that you're working on yourself. It's so important. And men are visual. Men are
Tell it.
visual creatures.
Tell it.
Yes.
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 I'm telling you, I think about all the damn years, excuse me, that I've been working. I have children. I got 5 of them. I want 3 more. And I'm gonna get me 3 more. I'm like, Dad, all the time I wasted working. But
Man.
I had
Woo, girl.
over here, and if how can I say, you have to I think about my past relationship. If I was more mindful, if I had women that was in my environment to teach me, like, hey, be mindful on who you have children with, because you don't want to have children with the wrong person, because them called them boys, the fudge boys. That's what I call. I got to use the word fudge. That
Yes.
don't want nothing else. Yes, but I'm gonna let somebody else jump on. Y'all, come on. We everybody opinion comments matter. We can learn from each other. Don't be scared to come on. Always jump in the chat. We want to hear your voice, because hearing the voice is good.
Yes.
Because
Skin
if
Deep is
you if
call
you out
Skin
there,
Deep is calling y'all out. She said, look, we got over
yes,
30 of y'all in here. Don't let me
come
be
on,
the only person out here today. You better tell them, boo.
yeah, yeah. Because if we don't teach each other, you may go out there and thinking this the one, and not listen to your intuition. That be that little person inside of you talking like, Dad, did my sis say that? My sis told me don't do that. Don't do that. My cousin, I love her so much. And she tells me when she go out there and trying to pick who she want, my voice come into her like, be careful, be mindful, And sometimes most of our brothers and sisters, they only be with each other because of the same experience they share.
Right.
And I had to look at that in myself. I said, I said, I'm only with this person because we share the same experience, but we're not compatible on a higher level, not with education, but on a higher spiritual, on a spiritual level. And I think most relationships here in America are
They be
only
like that.
together are by experience, what somebody did to them. Oh yeah, that person, yeah, that woman did that to me, or that brother did it to me. That's what I think. Truly, that's what it is. You know,
You said it all, boo. You said it all. You said it
listen,
all.
life experience, and unlearning and relearning in this environment is very difficult. It's very
I know.
difficult
Well,
when
and
you
that's
have
why
that
I'm bringing up
environment.
this topic. That's why I'm bringing up this topic, because I think it's really important that women that are in a position really evaluate what's going on, the dynamics that's happening in their lives, and determining, is it feasible? For me, I felt like it's my last chance. I really felt, if I stay in this environment with me being the way I am and my peers being the way they are, it's highly unlikely that I'm going to move forward.
Mm.
I'm more of a realist than this like fanciful, optimistic creature. I just got to be real about
You
what's
got to be
happening.
real with yourself first.
Yeah, and I mean, and then also, like you said, the work, the life is so consuming. You don't, men are visual. Okay, you're working all the time. Certainly, Lorney's out there working in my hometown, in Northampton in the UK. I was spending 12 hours a day at work.
Sis, I know them days.
Tired. You don't even want to do your hair. You don't give a damn what you're wearing. You're getting fat because you're sitting around all day long. Okay, mind you, ladies, we're going in the pool with all the other single chicks.
Yup.
All right.
Thank
That's
you.
what it is.
Bad eating habits because you're tired.
Yeah.
You want to eat all fast
Yes.
and go to sleep, and then
Exactly.
I'm trying to get to the continent just to do a full detox on a mental and a physical.
Cindy, don't start. Let me
I
let me
have
let me
to.
look. You done got somebody who called in. So let me.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
I
job,
love
Skin
y'all.
Deep.
Yes. Bye bye.
Big shout out to Skin Deep. Much love to her. She kicked off the chat with her thoughts about, each one teach one, basically. We don't need to be scared to impart this knowledge. If you see other ladies going down the wrong path, advise them, and I'm not just talking about like condescending, judgmental information, but information that's real. We got young ladies right now that are entering into the struggle life in the West, and they don't know what's on the horizon. Some of us older ladies, or even more senior than me, we've been through some things. We need to be creating that community dynamic and looking out for the people that's coming up under us. And I'll be the first one to tell the young ladies, because look, y'all know I'm not even exaggerating. I'm the bomb. Seriously. Y'all know it and I know it. They wasn't trying to give me no love in the West, huh? They wanted to give me struggle love. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You know what I'm saying? I am a reasonable woman, but I can't do like Meatloaf says, and I would do anything for love. You know what I mean? Let me let Kira in. Kira, thanks for waving in the back, sweetie. How are
Hi,
you?
I am wonderful.
Thank
How
you for
are you?
calling in. I'm
No
doing good.
problem. My biggest concern about moving back home to Africa is not being able to maintain, myself financially because this is all foreign to us as Western women. It is a more laid back lifestyle, but when you go over there, you want to be in a position where you can still, live a good life but still profit. You don't want to just see your savings dwindle. And although I do want to invest in the continent, I would like to get more of a financial blueprint on, okay, this is what I'm going to need. And I find that that's the part that's the hardest to find when you talk to or when you are watching YouTubers talk about the journey. And you're right about the working the 10 and 12 hours. I'm a trucker. I'm getting to a point where I can work somebody elsewhere, maybe work 6 months instead of a whole year, and just be on the continent the rest of the time and invest in something there. But I just don't see a clear path, I guess, for someone in my situation. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, to be honest with you, there really isn't any clear path. Right now, people are pioneering when it comes to, the diaspora relocating back to Africa. So I would say people that are coming right now are putting in infrastructure to be able to make a clearer path. But I would say you, as someone who's already, doing trucking, um, seek to duplicate what you're already doing. You know, the advices I can give you is travel to the continent first. I don't know if you've already been here or whatnot, but that's where you have to start, because I'll just tell you this briefly before,
Yeah.
I move on to the next topic. So, I was traveling to the continent really, really heavily throughout 2019. I had a list
Hmm.
of countries to go to that I just basically I made a list of countries I thought I would go once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
So I went to Kenya, and I went out to Kenya. And basically I just had heard that, they had a lot of beautiful wildlife there. And, I thought, okay, let me try East Africa. So I went to East Africa and I went out to the local markets and I found some beautiful jewelry. And I came home and I was doing like this face painting. I wanted to do like this like really exotic kind of face painting and post some pictures on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So my cousin saw the picture and he said, hey, he was like, man, that's really dope. You should think about doing your own line of jewelry or something because you already have the African Superstar brand, and you could probably do something like that. And I was like, okay, like I kind of thought about it, and I came back to the UK at the time, and I started thinking about it more, and that's kind of where the inception for the African Superstar came from, like my website, because when I first
Mm-hmm.
launched it, I was selling African jewelry and stuff like that. Everything's kind of, that portion of my business has been put on hold because of COVID. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is simply by me going to Kenya, which I had no concept of any of that until I went, and the opportunity just kind of revealed itself to me. And I think if you come here on the continent, you may be able to see various places where you can be inserted. There's lots of business ideas. It really doesn't take a lot to start business, especially if you have capital, which I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. I mean, I know truckers earn a lot of money and they do well because there are several
Mm-hmm.
other truckers that have transitioned over to the continent. I mean, it's even possible for you to operate your own company. If
Yeah.
you're able to maybe ship a couple of trucks, those trucks are in demand here, so if you're able to get some of those industrial things, or, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do, but I can't really help you see it until you see it for yourself, because we can look at the same thing and have a different perception. So I would say start with the first thing, which is figure out where you want to visit first,
Mm-hmm.
go check it out, and then kind of go with it. Maybe catalog different needs that you find, maybe different interests that you find. You can always go with the basic stuff like, okay, build a school, build some apartments.
Yeah.
You can. I know I always talk about this idea a lot in the Gambia. One of the YouTubers out there said used tires are in serious need. So some people buy, get the containers, fill them up with used tires, ship them over to the Gambia, and then they just sell the tires.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things you can do: imports, exports. I mean, me, I set up online business, and then I had my YouTube channel, and then I was doing speaking and things like that. So I kind of went that avenue. But I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot that you can do. And again, sometimes you can just duplicate what you're already doing. You
Yeah.
know.
My concern was because I went in 2019, the year of return. I did go to
Okay.
one such event in Ghana, and
Okay.
we traveled around a little bit. We went to Sierra Leone, and my concern with trucking was, the lack of infrastructure in certain places. How are you going to be able to transport? Well, I know that they get it done over there. You know what I'm saying? But with the equipment that we have, if I was to ship like the same equipment over there, how would it? Just my wrapping my mind
I
around
mean,
that
you could
is what.
also, in that case, you could also, if you don't actually want to operate like a trucking company, you could
Mhm.
ship the truck and sell the trucks. Because there is a need for commercial vehicles.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, oh yeah, there's a need for commercial vehicles. I mean, right now, for instance, I have a friend that lives in Finland, and he goes out to Japan and he buys. Well, since you've been in Ghana, you've probably seen like the little compact cars that they use for like Uber and Bolt and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They go out to Japan and buy them for like $1,000 a piece, and when they ship them here, there's people waiting at the port to buy cars. Like you can sell it right then and there, at
Oh,
the port.
wow.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because he told me that he buys the cars for like 1,000. There'll be people waiting at the port to buy them for like, he wants to sell it for like 3.
Mhm.
Okay. And then they'll be like, look, I got 2,700 right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you sell it to me, because that's a quick way, then you don't have to. I mean, if you want to operate your own company that's a different level because you got to monitor the vehicles, you got to do the maintenance, you got to do the upkeep. But if you just do imports and exports, you know, you're getting that cash money. Let's say you buy in the course of a year, you buy 5 cars and you sell them at the port for double what you bought them for. You know,
Yeah.
money goes a lot further here. So
That's
really,
true.
you just have to exercise some creativity. I mean, I'll say that's my final word on it. You just have to exercise some creativity and kind of get out of the box of, I mean, you are independent as a trucker. You do your own thing a lot.
Yeah.
So just kind of, for people that work 9 to 5 or they have the corporate job, is getting out of that. Okay, I go to work, I do this function, and I get paid. It's learning how to make maybe multiple ideas to get money, or lump sums of money, or, you know, creative ways, multiple streams of income. But I mean, buy and sell is at the root of entrepreneurialism, you know, entrepreneurialism.
Yep.
So that's what, you know, you can do. And I think a lot of the needs that we see, those are really great opportunities to do, you know, to try to tackle some of the
Okay.
problems, like maybe trash management. You know, that's a big one here in Ghana. I know I made a list of 5 opportunities. This was when I first moved to Ghana. One of them was parks and recreation. You know, there's very few parks here. If you could clear the
Hmm.
land, you know, do some landscaping, you could actually charge entrance fees for people to come to your park. You could actually use it for multi-space. Weddings are huge here. Graduations are huge here. Funerals, you know, a beautified space. That's a great idea. Pools, you know, ironically, there's not a lot of pools around in Ghana, you know, where it's like 30 degrees
Wow.
every day. You could build a pool. Pools go for, like, an elaborate pool might cost you maybe $25,000-$30,000 to make. All right. Then you can charge an
Hmm.
entrance fee. You could have a recreation center with your pool. You know what I mean? You can make a water
Oh,
park
okay.
for young people. Um, there's also very few all-day breakfast joints here. Like, you know, in the West, we have Waffle House, we have Bob Evans. You know, you can go to get breakfast 24/7. There's only one here in Accra that I know of, which is called Breakfast to Breakfast in Osu. Okay. I discovered that one Sunday when I wanted to go get breakfast, and I went out and I couldn't find any places that were serving breakfast before noon because it was Sunday and people go to church. All right. So those are some ideas, and those just came from, you know, the lack. Also, another idea is plus size shoes and clothing. You know, a lot of clothing that you see here is going to be the average sizes, although there are lots of plus size women here. Where you need shoes, you know, sometimes the shops might have one size, you know, those kind of things. If you could figure out, okay, how to do, you know, plus size clothing, it's a gold mine. You know, there's lots of things. It doesn't have to be a complex thing for you to find ways to make income. You know, I live here in Ghana
Hmm.
off of between $500 to $700 a month. I mean, that's pennies for what, you know, you're making. So you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And I mean, even if you take a few months and you just come here, you know, you say, you know what, I want to stay. I mean, I don't know if Ghana is the place you want to land, but let's say it's Ghana. You come here and say, you know what, I want to live in Ghana for 3 months or 6 months so that I can observe and so I can see and so I can learn
That's
about the money.
amazing.
You know, that's what you know, that's going to be the best because I feel much more
Yeah,
acclimated
because
here
I
in
mean,
Ghana.
I
You know, hello, are you still there?
yeah, I would definitely be willing to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, we can't get around doing the work. You know, Kira, we got to do the work right now. I'd say between 5 and 10 years from now, the process for people leaving the West and transitioning to Africa will be much more streamlined because of what we're doing right now. But right
Yeah.
now, we're at the forefront of this movement. So there's not a lot of infrastructure. We got to be the ones to set it up, you know? And then that's also another big money maker is creating businesses targeting the diaspora. Because for instance, you come in here, you're gonna know different stuff that you need, different stuff that you're used to. If you can be the provider of those resources, I know I go to a shop here in East Legon. It's called Maxmart. Okay, and Maxmart, they sell a lot of food from the UK. They actually have a relationship with I think it's like Tesco in the UK, and they get all the drinks and the snacks and the sweets and stuff that people from abroad are used to, and I mean that's for diasporians, so there's a lot of things. I mean, I know I've talked about a lot of stuff here, but first things first, you've already come here and visited. Keep coming and visit. I visited the continent for years before I moved here, and put it all together, but it can be done. It can be done. So big shout outs to Miss Kira. I don't know. You put me. You're on mute, babe.
I am so sorry. I hit the button. My bad.
That's okay. I figured you was talking because I didn't hear nothing. I'm like,
Mm, Yeah, I have so many questions, but they're just not coming to mind right now. But I do think that, us as being part of the diaspora should go back and provide these services if we want to truly encourage people to come over, because, America is just not it right now. Not even just America, the whole West. They need they need to know that they can't just continue to exploit black people in the way that they have. So, in my opinion, this is the option I would like to go in. You're right about, coming over 3 months and, scoping things out. That's a great idea. And that's probably something that I will definitely do because I really enjoy being welcome. And, some people, they have said, dealing with, the interactions with people in the market where people will try to exploit you. But I didn't have that experience. And I was there for 7 days and I went literally every single day just just soak it all in because it was just a wonderful experience. And I wish that more people would be open to going, but right now with things being what they are, I can definitely understand why they wouldn't be. I thank you for all your insight, and I definitely will keep you posted. I'm gonna definitely come for 3 months or so. I'm gonna arrange that, and you know invest in it because I really think that there has to be more examples of success stories for more people to come over. So thank you for your time. I'm gonna let somebody else come on.
you're welcome. Thank you for calling in, and much love to you, and in your and good luck in your endeavors.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Big shout outs to Miss Kira, and you raised a really good point about the transition. And I will say this in closing, ladies. Being creative and being kind of the adhesive that pulls the family together in the community, that is an innate skill of us. And I know a lot of you guys have probably found yourselves in situations before and you felt like you don't know how you're going to get the desired outcome before. You've been in difficult situations. You haven't had money. You've been abandoned. You've been stuck. You've had a lot of challenges. And somehow you were able to work it out. Don't let the prospect of the continent overwhelm you and think that it's beyond your realm. It's not. If we want to get technical, this is the land of our ancestors, which means that perhaps we might be a little estranged, but we have roots here. All right. And that means that we have the tenacity to do something. And I think we just kind of got to wake up from this slumber that we have, that we've been under in the West, where we're not really industrious. We're not really useful. We're used to other people thinking for us and making decisions for us and also delegating our lives. And where has that got us? Where has that got us? I just want to encourage you guys that it's possible, you know, and thankfully, at least, you know, you have the benefit of people here on YouTube kind of chronicling the journey, kind of giving you resources. They're going to give you a little push and they're going to give you a little platform, but ultimately you have got to have the tenacity to see it through. And like we've talked about tonight, there's a lot riding on the decision for us to do this. Okay? Seriously. You know, our future generations absolutely depend on it, especially if the dynamic that we're experiencing in the West, we're not moving forward. This is basically do or die, you know? So don't be deterred. Continue to be courageous. You know, exercise SMP. You have resources out there that you don't need to be afraid to tap into. You know, I'm just one. But there's hundreds of, you know, diasporans that are out here on the continent that are giving you ideas and, you know, blueprints and all that kind of stuff. You know, I have faith that we can do it. We have, you know, certain levels of exposure from the West that should be able to help us in this setting. And we just have to figure out how to activate it, you know, and, I'm telling you guys, there's non-Black foreigners that are here that are doing it. We certainly can figure out how to do it. Okay. So big shout out to the African Superstar family. Also special shout outs to Skin Deep and Miss Kira that called in to help our show. The rest of you guys was spectating. I'm going to let Lorne off the hook because I know she's at work. I don't know what all the rest of y'all was doing tonight. 27 of y'all. But anyway, I'm glad that you at least could hit the likes. Thanks for that much. Okay, guys. If somehow you found yourself to my platform and you're not a part of our family, please make sure that you subscribe with us today so you don't miss any other, you know, future conversations like this. Okay, because these are kind of conversations that we need to have. Not all that, you know, bickering and banter and stupidity, but actually productive and like informative conversations that can help us with what we want to accomplish. Okay, so big shout outs to the African Superstar family. Until we meet again, stay Black and true. If you ain't Black, just stay true.